This is for Love and Samantha on here. They talk about why men stay single. I know I haven't been in a relationship where a woman's strong enough. They allow jealousy, they allow intimidation, they allow all of these things to happen. So when I'm talking about a relationship, I want a woman that's strong enough. Women let intimidation happen, and it's going in Dallas where intimidation is going on. A woman like to listen to everybody. A woman's not single. It's not about value. It's not about he's scared of losing status. We want to know if a woman's spiritual side is open. I'm the type of man that'll stay faithful if both I like. It doesn't matter, but I can see a woman when she's seducing me. I can see when a woman when she's doing it, but I need a woman to see that. I don't need a woman that keep going against the grain. I would love. Let me tell you, I let a woman go to the club with her club friend, right? But she can't allow her friends to manipulate her. Those things can't be allowed to happen. Those things are not allowed to happen. You know what I'm saying? Those things we have to understand the meaning of those things, right? One person just asked me about the music industry. We're talking about the music industry in Dallas. Beloved Samantha, we don't care about a status. Look, I believe in love and I believe in loyalty, but I can't have a woman that's gonna go against the grain in a relationship. That's gonna listen to her friends and listen to what people say, and that to be the hardest thing. It's not about being in a marriage, it's not about being in a relationship. A relationship can last if both of y'all come on the spiritual journey of togetherness. But if a woman keep going against the grain, I don't care about what this friend say and this friend making up lies. Nothing but drama. A woman don't have some time for men because they so busy listening to others, and care what others think. Those are the things with that situation. Listening, not believing. It's so too much manipulation going on. I'm talking to my Walmart friend. I worked at Walmart. This is for Love and Samantha. I'm working at Walmart, and one of my friends, she a cashier, and we always have a talk when I'm on the scrubber at that time, and we always having that talk. And she talked about us. We just talked about going out, but we also talked about a guy when she dating somebody and a guy trying to tell her what to do. I don't think the guy is trying to tell you what to do, but he's just trying to tell you to watch out for the deception in another man. Watch out for the jealousy. Watch out for somebody trying to seduce you. You gotta have the different topics in a relationship. Loyalty, I I wanna find someone that love is like with me when I can wake up with a woman every morning, each night, and kiss on the cheek 5 times, kiss on the lips 5 times, kiss on the breast 5 times, kiss on the legs 5 times, kiss her between that 5 times. And sometimes I want to put the pillow on her body and don't put my body hard and toss and turn in different positions to lay inside of it and understand I appreciate her and I love her. And those things can't be dormant. But a woman got to understand it's the same when we teenagers. I had to go through stuff with jealousy. I'm working at U-Haul for Addison for 5 years. And me and this girl, we like Mountain Dew. She work in Addison. And we both are Mountain Dew fan. But the connection got broken when one of my employees named Uche intimidated her. And that made her stop the connection. And everything of what we're trying to do. When you're talking about relationship, women so busy listening to other niggas and listening to, oh, he don't got value, he don't got nothing. Because they so busy care what other people think. But we need a woman that's not going to care or understand those things. I haven't found that yet. I'm in this open relationship. I don't want to be in an open relationship no more. And we walking down the street from Dallas to Addison, Texas, trying to go in Addison. And these men, these people in the car intimidating. And they look at us in the car and you care what they think. And you're spiritual, and they Nikki in this open relationship. You care what they think. When I tell somebody like, if you don't have a car, understand when somebody else that pick that guy up and put him, date him in that relationship, because that can do all the difference, can help a man out. But other niggas and other women don't see it like that because they so busy trying to keep up with those things. I have to keep going. I told everybody on my like it. 2 dates. If we ever do 2 dates, if I ever go on 2 dates, this is what we're gonna do. We ain't going to the club, we ain't going to the bar, we ain't gonna have sex. Let me tell you what that we're gonna video chat each other. And we're gonna go get something from Walmart. We're gonna pick those things up. Those 2 dates we're gonna do, we're gonna pick things up. And when we pick those things up, you're gonna have to call off for 2 days. We're not gonna have sex. You ever watch that movie 30 Days and 30 Nights Without Sex? It's a guy that played on the H2O with LA Cool J. And he don't supposed to have sex. His new girlfriend, his best friend dated him. Say, I expect you not to have sex for 90 days. But his ex-girlfriend came and attempted him to have sex, and just he can't help it in that relationship. So when we are dealing with those type of things in those relationships, right? So I'm telling this relationship, this is what we're gonna do. We ain't gonna have sex. We're gonna watch movies. We're gonna watch games. We're gonna play games. We're gonna get to know each other. Those 2 dates you're gonna call off. We ain't gonna do nothing. When those 2 dates, we're gonna cook, get to know each other, play Uno, have some fun games with each other, and just connect. Those are the things that we should understand each other. But let me tell you, when I have conversations with people in Dallas and on Facebook, I didn't ask you all that. All right, it's hard to conversate with a woman and not talk about sexual things when we're running out of things to talk about. How can we spark up the conversation? And I didn't been with talk to some people on Facebook from Dallas and Oak Cliff and on Facebook, and they like, hold up. Oh, you check Boosie out. I've been watching Boosie for a long time. And Boosie, before that, Boosie said, I send everybody a cash app if you show me a. She had, and Boosie, right, that nigga's in that background and all that. Then Boosie changed his mind. So these things are what those things are doing. But let me tell you something. We're not talking about, we're just talking about the different stuff that's going on. Got a lot going on in my head. But 2 dates, I wanna just cook. I don't care about friends. I don't care about what they say. I bind matter. And sometimes you dealing with, when women deal with me, they need to know I don't pay attention to everything. I need a woman. Even now when I was a teenager, I need you to be strong. I need you not to your jealous cousin and intimidating. You think your boyfriend is. I don't like those things. Loyalty will stand if we come to a boat. I got 2 rings on my TikTok. If you go to @Hubert HUBERT 31, when I want a relationship with 2 spiritual sides open, when you can see jelly, you can see these things. But some of these women walking around here blind, and some of them just don't care. I'm dating this girl. All right, me and this girl Felicia, we dating, right? I told her you should have told me right there if you wanted a car, you just wanted to set. Told me, tell me that. But don't sit up there and sneak and try to hurt me. I said, look, let's call it. And then she try to embarrass me in front of these Dallas niggas on the phone. We through. You can't embarrass me when I told you I wanted to be friends. We understand. I know there was going to be a call. Don't try to embarrass me and make me look bad. Women will try to do that to you. And then when I tell her, I keep telling her no, no. And I keep telling her no every time she in the car with her mom. I keep telling her no, I don't want to do that. Because you on some other shit. I'm out here and you sneaky, you'll call a nigga, leave a nigga in the morning, and then you go on and take a flight with other niggas taking pictures. Nigga ain't see that stupid stuff. But a woman can't tell a nigga, look, this is gonna be a call. Let me tell you, my open relationship, I'm gonna talk about that. We had one thing, we had two things we promised each other. When any woman that you bring over, we're gonna have sex in the mix. They gotta participate. It doesn't matter if you doing all of that. If we in that bind in that open relationship, people gotta, and some of these women don't want to participate. Like you bring them over, and they don't want to participate. So if you in an open relationship with a woman, and they bring female friends, and we had an understanding, those female friends they act in some type of way towards you, and that can throw the connection off. Right? So we understand those goals. I done been through it. We got those things of understanding. So this is for Love and Samantha. It's not that, it's this. When we wanna, I'm gonna say to you, I want more. I don't mind being tapped and they say, I don't mind, but I need the spiritual side to be open. I can understand another woman point of view, but we gotta know how to sit down and be like, hold up. This is going on with this point of view. How can we attack this as a couple? And this point of view are dealing with everybody in this relationship. And we need to understand the tactic of a relationship. The tactic. How can we make our relationship better without causing conflict? What situation we got? And like a marriage, you gotta explain, you gotta put everybody at a relationship should be like that when you're trying to better your relationship. Not cause conflict and I've been in those type of cousin jealous and all of this stuff. You know, I've been in front of Marissa for a long time, the person I did music with. And when I told him something that I was getting rewarded a little bit for the stuff at Social Security because of how they was treating me, his spirit, I've been catching on to his spirit. But that was enough. That was enough and how he acted as a child or with a bitch. When he thought I was going to be left out in the cold, when he was just going to treat me bad. I've been doing stuff since I was a kid. I tolerated it because I loved them. When you love somebody, you tolerate a lot of shit and you stay in the dark about it. When you love someone, you tolerate a lot of shit from Sabina. And I tolerated it because of the love I have for her. That's love when you tolerate stuff. But that childish motherfucker, that was enough. When I saw in that house, I had to get away from that jealous motherfucker. I had to get away from him. You know, one day my friend Ricky told me I do music with, I'm supporting him and I'm doing music with him. And I told Rick, watch out for people in Dallas. They trying to mix up your head and try to tell you what to believe in. And I told Rick and I had Samantha, because me and Samantha, when Samantha came and got me, we talked to some friends that stayed in South Dallas and Oak Cliff that went to Walmart at 1216 that live in Dallas and Oak Cliff. Samantha. And when we was talking about our old friends and everybody from Oak Cliff, CJ, and every rest of them that stayed in Oak Cliff and they worked in Carrollton, Texas, at 1216, and they worked in they came from Oak Cliff and Dallas, and they came way to Carrollton. Walmart to work. And we understand those things, right? So the understanding of those things of what we're trying to do. Those things cannot be questioned in the format of it. I can be at 14, 15 years. You know, I realized something, me working at 14, 15 years, and I'm going to Newman Smith in Carrollton, and I'm the only one that's cashing checks every Friday, and my mom got to handle my business, and I'm just working, and I go cash my checks at the 24-hour place, and and the brand didn't match up with Sabina Friends. It didn't match up with it, and that caused the most problem. When I hear Master P and I talk about Master P, my brand, my lifestyle didn't match with those. Didn't match with them. But that's I put up with a lot of childish ass behavior from Marissa. But this took it to the max. What I saw out of his spirit, I put up with a lot of childish stuff from a friend. But I can't do it no more. And I told him it's time to let I've been supposed to leave this friendship. It was never supposed to last this long. The only way we did music together because of Sabina. That no, I don't want nothing to do with you, man. She called me cussing me out after me and Mirza stopped hanging out, and she called me cussing me out. So no, man, that's your opinion. Don't call me saying the N-word. I'm not mad at you for saying the N-word because your daddy always said that, and I know he said it in a playful way. So I'm not mad at what you calling me to do, but how you handle a situation. And you gotta be a woman. You're not a woman for me. Let me tell you something. Demira's sister, Emily Catholic. People didn't know what Emily Catholic, Demira's sister don't even know that all the times that we didn't hang out at school when I used to not be in school at Newman Smith. After we have lunch, sometime we hang out. I used to go to the elementary school in Carrollton Elementary. My thing, I got a certificate over 1,000 hours worth of community service. We go to nursing home, we go to thrift stores, we go to stuff in Carrollton at Newman Smith. So in the summertime, I'm going to school. I'm hanging out at Newman Smith. We having thrift stores. If you want to know where I'm at, we can tell you where I'm at. If you want to know where I'm at. Mirza don't even know that, Chuck Norris, Lil Patrick. Lil Patrick used to show me a picture with Chuck Norris that he took with Chuck Norris since a kid. Let me tell you something. I didn't just spend my time. I didn't just spend my time with Mirza and Demir sisters and brothers at their house. I spent my time with them going to their school. I was never, the thing with that is, these teachers always keeping these kids in the classroom. But when they go on field trips, they want them to have fun, but they don't go to jobs. They don't go to a Walmart. Whatever we go to a Walmart. Walmart ain't doing it. Taking kids, going to school. Hold up. A manager showing them the ropes. Where you going to see a kid get off a school bus at Walmart? Kids getting off the school bus at Walmart and they showing the ropes of kids and a store manager showing them what they do. Everybody what they do in the background. We watch tape that's never done in real life. Those things, only a few get to get that selection. And I think everybody should get that selection. Stop just spending time in the studio. When I was at the Garland station, this is a relationship, and when I was at the Garland, I told kids to pick up business book. I'm gonna tell you something, and we're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna talk about relationship. Nobody knows what me and Sabina mama. I want them to start my business with me and Sabina. This is between me and Sabina. And her mom, and her mom and dad, we've been fighting since we was a kid. This don't have nothing to do. We have disagreements. So they said it was not time for us to be together. So I had to argue with things. I'm tired of waiting on her. So I'm tired. I stood when I should have never even stayed. I should never even been bothered with your cousin now. But I figure out in the relationship I'm trying to gain. No, we wanted kids that I can see how I could come in her mama and how when we talk about teenagers, she wanted the kid. We had plenty of time to just do what we wanted to do. But I felt I wanted to gain her mama trust more, and I felt a little off about that. I just felt off when we was on Mirror's sofa, and I wanted it to be the right moment because I'm still trying to gain it, and I'm still trying to be there and just gain it. And she don't realize her mama trusts and her dad trusts me a lot to me. And I'm acting shy. I'm not. I'm when I get around them, I'm trying to gain the trust. When I sit on the couch, I'm trying to just feel like comfortable because I love her, but I'm still trying to feel comfortable and trying to gain that trust so we can build. And that's somehow as teenagers, when I'm around them, I'm trying to build that. And it's hard. It was very hard for me to us to this act like we ain't in together and we sit on the same sofa. It was very hard for us to understand those moments. So, I acted shy. I didn't, because the more she sit across that sofa, I got mad every time. Because we couldn't hug each other. We couldn't do none of those things. And it made me mad. Like, it just made me this understand. It made me unhappy of I couldn't hug the woman I love. I can't hug the girl I love. I can't do those things. Like, you know, when I get around relationships, her friends, and we talk about relationships, people, I don't like the way y'all, because I don't like the way y'all act towards each other. And it hurted me in that relationship to see her cry. I wanted to kiss every tear off her. Because that hurted, but your cousin said, I don't like the way y'all act. Your friend, we see the dynamic of how people being treated in other relationships. And you would want people to treat your daughter and them right in relationship. People getting killed, their daughters and all of that. But you would want your daughter or your cousin to get treated right and loved properly, right? You don't want no man beating up on your daughter. That's just a figure of speech. That's a part about the understanding of it. But when your cousin, your friend, I don't like the way y'all act towards each other. Okay, if you feel like that, I don't know what to tell you. But you're supposed to be gentle with a woman. You're supposed to treat her right and do all of those things. I can't do all of those things. Shit. And I'm so mad at my boy Orlando, man. He need to get it together. Um, Orlando Brown, he just man, he come too far. Um, but I couldn't deal with those things anymore. But that was the when before me and Mirza got into that argument, me and Sabina mom and dad had words. We had words. So we've been fighting since we was kids. And I don't have a disagreement, but I acted shy because it made me mad because shy and I was uncomfortable because We sitting across from each other and we know we want more. But those things, other people started to get in, and it's conflict. You know, I had to turn my head from somebody that she took a picture with in Perry Light because I didn't want to go up there to the room and people act like the mad at the way I'm acting because I'm in a relationship with somebody. When somebody, a woman don't get what they want, that can be the biggest problem as kids and teenagers. But I'm ready to let go and move forward. So I'm ready to move forward with that. But if we talking about relationship, love, and Samantha, if we talking about those things, I know what I want, and I know what I'm not gonna stop until I get it. I want a woman that listen, I understand love, and I understand all of these things when we talk about those things, and we understand those things. You know, I don't want a woman to question my loyalty. I don't care if I'm on a jet. I don't care if I'm in the studio for one night, baby. We're gonna come home and come back. I don't care if I gotta fly right back up. We're gonna gas up that motherfucking tank. That motherfucker, we're gonna fly every day. That tank is gonna be that jet is gonna be my tank. That jet. That's gonna be my number one supply. We gonna keep that bitch from. I don't want no car. I don't want anything. No tour bus or anything. That jet. When I buy that jet, and whatever that is, when I buy that jet, I don't care where I'm at. No. We gonna go home no matter what it is. I don't care where it's at. We gonna go to the studio, get to the studio, go right back, man. We doing something. Go home for a night or two. Then get back on the road. And I ain't with all of that, man. That's something you got to be more of an understanding of keeping a marriage together, even if you do a movie. Shit, buy a place over there where the movie said, kids, like, come over there. Shit, I want my wife to have cameras in her house. If I'm in another state, I want her to have cameras in there and watching every motherfucker thing. I don't give a fuck where you at. You could be in another state. I want you to watch that motherfucker. I'm gonna be watching cameras too. I want you to watch that motherfucker. We got another house and I gotta do a movie in another state. Whatever it is. I'm not. I gotta be on the set, baby. Whatever that is. Go to the house, man. But man, you got cameras. You gonna see everything. Fuck that, all of that. And you got the technology that'll do that, right? But this is for Love and Samantha. I wanted to reply back to that situation, but no, I want a woman that can understand me. And I know people say no women not perfect, but we gotta understand. I know no woman not, but we can work at it. We can work at it. Let me tell you, I worked at 1216. And the most problem I had in my relationships, my coworker, oh, you dated, I can't believe you dated. All right, you mad about when you find out who I dated, you mad about it, but you're not showing no interest. So I'm gonna tell Love and I'm gonna tell this is for Love and Samantha. All right, me and my ex we always communicated off of something, but that's not the question. All right, this is for Love and Samantha. Say this is a person, and this is me, and this is my girlfriend when I was in a relationship. This person saying thing, who cares? Your girlfriend think highly of you. Your girlfriend think highly of you. And this person saying, who cares? and I'm in the middle, right here, and I'm in the middle, and I'm in the middle, and shit, her spiritual side acted up, and he said, "Who cares?" And you can see the facial expression. You can see the facial expression of Sabina. You care what people think, and that's how that. I don't want. I told my brother I don't want to deal with nobody that ain't strong. I'm tired of all the fake, the weak women. I'm tired of all the weak. So I'm getting tired of dealing with that. When I was in Addison, all right, we had a 7-Eleven. And I'm in Addison, we had 7-Eleven, right? And I'm walking to the store towards Walmart on Marshall, on Frankfurt and Addison. And this black guy intimidate this black girl at the 7-Eleven. Intimidation, a woman needs to know her strength. And then sometimes, if you let another man intimidate you, how can that is? So, if we talk about relationship, I don't mind like doing the things I do in a relationship and being faithful with you. Two spiritual sides got to be open. A woman can't seduce me because I see your spirit and I see what you're trying to do with your body and whatever that is. Nothing you can do could get me to betray anything that would. But a woman got to know that. A woman got to know that same thing. If I ever get around Beyonce and Jay-Z, I'm going to turn my head, you know what? Because I see the spiritual side. And I don't want to come between that bind. They have to work on they bind in the spirit of whatever they got. Because I heard they got, Jay-Z and Beyonce got a problem, but I don't want to get into those things. You know, but let me, I don't want to get into those things. But I heard that they got problems in their relationships. They got problems in their relationships. But that I don't know and I don't want to speak on that. Gospel. Gospel. Gospel in the relationship. And I don't want to speak on stuff like that I don't know about. And every people don't got their facts together. But I would know something that's not right because I see the spirit. And you need to see that bind. You will see the spirit of happiness in that bind. No man, if you see the spirit, no man should get between it. I'm going to be able to see your spirit. So I want Love and Samantha to be like, I need that woman that's going to understand, but I don't want to tell her to stop learning from anybody. But when it comes down to, don't let anybody question those things. We can get that advice how to make it better, not make it worse. Because niggas be in it for the, nah. All right, I want to tell Love and Samantha, one of my brother's friends, when I was out of a relationship, and I liked her, and she came to my house here before last when I stayed, and she turned me down, and you know what I told her? I was sorry for hollering at you like they said, no, people, you don't have to apologize. I realized she supposed to be a friend. She supposed to stay where she at. You know, and those things, we have to understand those things. We have to comprehend those things where people supposed to be at. So we understand those things and we understand those concepts of those things. How can we lose? Because we understand the concept of it, right? So we have to understand the concept of it. So we have to understand the concept of the situation and how can we make it better. So I understand that. No, I was in my relationship all the time, and I talked about relationship. I would say like sarcastic shit in my full relationship because I know she loved me, and I would just say shit that just piss her off. Cause women do stuff to get their man, they would pass by to get their man attention, but I would just say, I would just like just show like just say stuff to just agitate the relationship. Cause I wanted more of a affection, and I would just like piss her off like. You know when you piss a woman, you know they care, but you'll piss them off, right? And you in that relationship. And you'll push it to the point. Sometimes I took it to a little bit. And sometimes when I'm around her and other people come in, I tell people like I want her attention. I don't want nobody else to get in between. Like I was fiending for my like woman attention. Like I won't do shit that crazy, crazy, but I would just understand and try to get her to focus on I love and I stuff, and we'll do those things. So I would do insane shit to get those things up there to piss people off because I wanted more of that affection, and we men we want more of our attention from our women sometimes, but I don't go to cheating and doing all of that shit. We talked about relationship. We talked about those things. We talked about me just having a conversation with people. I don't call a conversation with a woman is cheating unless you're just talking. Let's just say fucking and doing all that. I know I don't. I'm not taking it that damn far in that conversation, but it's a conversation. It's a conversation. So we have to understand like how can we get better at what we do, and we have to understand those things. How can we get better? So I want to tell them when I want to wake up to a woman every morning, every evening, and every night, I want to kiss her cheeks 5 times. I want to kiss her lips 5 times. I want to kiss her breast 5 times. I want to kiss her stomach 5 times. I want to kiss between her legs 5 times. I want to kiss down that 5 times. Those are things I want to do. So I just think when we dealing with certain stuff like that, we don't need to be in that category no more. When we dealing with certain things anymore. When we dealing with those certain things, we don't need to be in that category no more. We don't need to understand those point of views and understand those things where things are not being recognized in those point of views. I'm gonna tell you something, and we speaking about those things, but I realize we have to move on from the past, and the past won't break us. We moving on. We have to understand the better of what we are doing better. I'm just going to talk about what I've been through in relationships. So understanding those things are really more important for us to understand and understand it. So I would just do some say some crazy. Another relationship I was in, it was coming to a point where a person got a ringtone. I said, "You got an Usher ringtone. You got my ringtone." I'm like, I like, cause my other connection songs mean other things, and people would put it as a ringtone when another nigga call her. I'm like, hold up. You got an Usher song. That is, you know, and I didn't like those things. But let me tell you something. My relationship understand where people was doing stuff like B2K, April Baby Mama. Um, Sabina had something going on, and with family, and I didn't, and and I choose. I'm not going to let somebody lie and be dishonest to me. And we walk home from middle school, and I already know about things already. She don't even know that I know. I sit up there as kids and I say, she don't even know that I know. That Demir been told me. She don't even know. When she was being dishonest, bam. Trust me. Way before you was going to Bison, when we was kid, Demir and them been told me. When you're in a relationship, you understand. You don't question why things are not being said at that moment until she feel comfortable. And those are the things you gotta understand those things. Right? So those the things you gotta understand with those things. She didn't even know I've been knowing she was kids. That don't mean you lied to me. I don't think you're lying to me. I don't think I've been know. You think I really cared about it? That's the difference between that situation. So we understanding the light and understanding how we're going. So another thing, I was in Dallas County. Love Samantha. I was in Dallas County and everybody talking, arguing over who had what bitch and who did this. And I was like, man, I'm not out to argue. And then one nigga mean mug me and look at me because I'm not out to argue with you about no damn female. I don't brag about that shit. Who fucked who and all that. I don't want you to know the women I talk. You know one stupid female. I don't want you to deal with none of the people I talk to. You know that's not for your understanding. That's not for that understanding. Those things to understand it. So I couldn't look. It gets to a point where I deal with that. All right, me and another one, me and Cheyenne trying to connect, right? I wanted this for Love and Samantha, and she wanted to get to know me, right? And all right, she said, Hubert, now come over, and I said, okay, you wanna, but I didn't know that she said, oh, you want if you want to like that, pay me. I said, you're not telling me how you feel. I You're not telling me what you want out of it. So me and Cheyenne got thrown off about the situation. So and then another day, a couple of weeks, she came to my house and chill at my house in Carrollton, and she just walked away from me, like turned her head, like acting not acting like a woman. And I hate people like, I can't be the only one with at the young age and having that mentality to always stay focused and always have that structure, and always know what I want. I've been knowing what I want since I was 16 or 15. It's not about the money. That's why I'm fighting right now to get my income the way it want to be. I deserve a lot more in my income, and I'm fighting the civil rights. I don't want to. I don't want to sacrifice for these business no more. Walmart had a chance. Texas business had its chance, and I had to follow civil rights. I can be able to live an income and be able to do so much. Have pay electricity, pay everything, have the cable, have all of that. I don't want to, I want you to take all the money. And when I filed a civil rights complaint, and we're gonna have our differences. Me and the Texas legislators, they gotta listen to other people. It's business with politics, but at the same time, I'm not gonna let them stop me from growing. And I need to get to that, and I need to be more because I'm tired of giving my energy to Walmart, and they took me. I'm getting tired of giving my energy to Texas businesses, and this is about me. It's my time to grow. It's my time. It's not about because Walmart they want to make profit, and you got to understand the business side. When we talking about business, they just want to make profit. They don't care about your career. They got careers, but they don't care about all of that. It's the profit they care about. And if you always keep your eyes on the profit and making the money, you're not going to have nothing. You're not going to have something because you're worried about just coming into work and making a living. And I can't focus on those things. I can't give my time to Texas business no more. I can't give my time to all of these things that wasting my time and my energy. So we have to understand the golden of those things. We have to understand what we can do to understand it more, right? Because if we do that, we understand it more, right? So we talk about business and relationships. That's the same thing. Whatever you probably have a Walmart CEO married to another CEO. You don't things in life. People never know these things. People never know what goes on in the business. Walmart CEO married to. You never know what people are in the relationships doing. I don't get into those things. But you have a Walmart CEO married. That's why I'm putting relationship. You probably got a CEO dating another CEO. You never know. Nobody never know in the business. I'm just saying you don't know what goes on. They don't tell you everything. So how would I know if Dylan Miller not dating a CEO Walmart employee? How would I know that, right? And we talking about relationship. How would I know he's not dating another CEO? How would I know? How would I know these things and understand these things more confident and more understanding? And we get those things are how we get it. I'm gonna tell you the reason why I got this tattoo, and I'm gonna get it all personal. I got this tattoo because of Mirza, one of Mirza's friends a long time ago, said something. He uses everybody, right? And 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 you know the difference. And you know the difference between that. Everything is coming just like how I seen Milk Mills. Milk Mills. The difference. I got you, partner. I got you. You doing exactly what I want you. I just figured out something. You did exactly what I wanted you to do. You did exactly what I wanted you to do. Um, I just caught on to something. So we understand those things. But God, don't let that stop you from where we are trying to do and what we're trying to do, right? So understanding those things and understanding the punchlines with it. So we gotta understand those meanings. So we have to understand the meaning of I understanding. One thing I don't, and another thing, I don't mind listening to my woman. I won't get mad at her. That's the difference. But so I'm gonna slash this slash love Samantha slash Carrollton Texas slash Mirza, and I think it's a time for a change. But I'm not getting into that with Sabina no more. I think it's time for us to just move forward. Too many jealousy getting in the way, and I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with those people. I don't want to deal with those things. You know, when you look for in a relationship understanding, you don't look for jealousy, you look for understanding. So I just told my friends right now I'm not settled and get my own place. You know, I don't want a house with no gates in it. I gotta have something that could be more a little protective in the situation. I can't do it. You know, you go around here, people be left unsafely. That can be the virus that my dispute with Walmart. You know, I hope God because I'm out those things. So I had to. The thing is that I had to understand those things. One time for all the Trench babies worldwide. Put live, Meek Miller, you already know. What's up? So we just have to stop with that, man. I just don't want nothing to do with those things anymore. I just think it's better to move forward and search for more life, search for more meaning, search for a woman that can understand it a lot more, understand it a lot more. I told everybody in Dallas and every kid, one of my friends, it's not time for us to hang. It's too much of manipulation going on. It's not time in Dallas, Texas. It's too much of manipulation. Dude with conniving things. So I just think what I want out of a relationship, and we're gonna always spice it up. Find different things to cook. Find different things to understand with each other. Meet the fuckers, whatever they did. And I remember in the second movie when they getting into the parents and all them playing football. Those type of things they playing tag football. Those type of things you want to see in real life. Like you get to the parents, y'all and the parents, and you get to that in real life. I got different emotions. Starting to feel like you know we understand those things. I don't know where life is can be at 10 years from now, 5 years from now. But when I'm in church, and I'm gonna tell y'all one thing, when I'm on my other social media platform, and I tell people on my social media, um, I know God is with me, and I love myself. But I also want to find a woman that love themselves and believe in God, and those things can come to fruition. Those things can come to fruition. We got a lot to learn, guys. And I don't want to spend my time on depending on a business and they stopping my growth. And we're going to tell it the civil rights. I'm not going to depend on the Texas businesses or anything and they stopping my growth. And I realize, yeah, we have our challenges, right? But we ain't going to depend on schools. That's something we have to understand and take it on ourselves to do many things to understand it, right? I don't want to go through those things anymore. And I'm going to tell you, I do not want to go through those things no more. That's the difference of it. It's time to focus on what time and growth and learning, not time to give it to Walmart, not time to be a cashier, uh, work as a stocker, or any of these Texas business. It's not time for that anymore. Any business, unless you got a boss position and say we can talk, but it's not time to give you. I'm not giving you your time no more. Everybody can outcast me. Do what you want, but know that I'm growing. Know that I'm growing when you sleep on me. Know that I'm growing and I got the potential to grow. Understand all of those things, and we got the potential to grow. God said we are not gonna stop fighting, and we are not gonna stop fighting for greater. But you have to move different when you're fighting for greater. You have to move different when you're fighting for those things. So we have to understand that nation and understand that point of view. Don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over. We gave people enough time. That's enough of the Texas business. That's enough of them complaining and complaining about textiles. Enough of these business complaining where people are being judged about personality and not understanding ability. I'm tired of it. If that's relationship, if that's business, that's any. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. It's not about them no more. You know, I just had to. I sent the Texas a civil rights complaint, and I told the Justice Department. And with those things, I told the Justice Department. God said it doesn't matter. I said I seen a Trump sign up there. It doesn't matter who votes or whatever that we're voting. But if you don't mean what you say in the spirit, that can be. If you don't mean what you say in the spirit, how can you understand it? If you don't mean what you say in the spirit, how can you understand it? How can you understand those things, right? If you don't mean what you say in the spirit. So it's how you act. Voting don't mean nothing. That's a paper, God say. But it's how you treat people when you vote. It makes all the difference. We let folk determine how we live instead of the spirit behavior of others. So those things can be questioned. So, I look for some DJ Khaled even say something. We're gonna slide DJ Khaled in this too. Because he talked about it on Facebook. He threw the punchline. One thing, my love will never die, my spirit will never die. Because we have a much more understanding than anything. So I want to tell people this is for love and Samantha. I'm not being around. That's never that questions of those things. So we are gonna move in that direction and we're gonna have fun. But a woman in my relationship even need to start letting people intimidate them. I can't deal with it because I gotta move forward. You slowing me up if you don't know your strength in the mind. Even when I was a teenager with Sabina and all that, I still had that strength. I still had those things. So when we talking about those things and we understand the bigger picture, let me get this rib out done. Hold up. Love of Samantha. I love her title. Her title is great. I love the concept about it. I love the